Happy Juneteenth there, you little person that celebrates Juneteenth. What's going on? Welcome back to your favorite solo podcast, Unremarkable. Not so solo today. We're joined today by our good friend of the pod, our nice little guy, our honest little fella, Paul Ramirez.
What's up? I'm black.
Hey. He's going to be in San Diego June 2nd at National Lampoon's Comedy Club, Downey, California, July 3rd at Beso Nightclub.
That's how you say it.
Yeah, I think so.
What a stupid name.
The 13th in El Paso at Soggy Peso.
Yeah.
Soggy Peso. And he runs also a solo podcast called An Honest Conversation.
Audio only.
Audio only.
Yeah, I don't do that.
Kind of cool. I dig it. I like more work though. Apparently, I like to be an asshole.
I don't do that video shit, dude. I'm not trying to keep up with these little fuckers with ADHD and shit. I say you gotta listen.
Yeah,
listen, dude.
And hey, man, TikTok presence. We're trying with China. We're trying with these guys, but I don't think that they're really dealing with us. Hey, man, I think I love my country. I just think we could do better. You know.
I love my country too, but I'm not selling my soul to fucking China, dude.
Right. Well, I mean, there's two countries you could sell it to nowadays, and
That's true.
One of them's good for money.
Nah, me, dude. I like freedom.
Yeah.
Freedom above cash.
Freedom's cool. Freedom's tight, man.
Freedom's getting gay now.
You only need a little bit of cash to buy a lawn chair too. You sit out on the porch there. You have you a few, maybe not today, but you have you a few gin and tonics, drink of choice.
Cheers.
Paul's drink here. Gin and tonics, a little bit of lime, nothing wrong with that. The Beefeater gin.
Oh, yeah.
Son of a gun, this phone.
You had Beefeater before?
No. I go Tanqueray. I'm not too into gin, so when I do buy gin, it's really just like just what I know.
Yeah, Tanqueray's sick. But I actually heard about Beefeater because I heard on Tim Dillon's podcast.
Beefeater sounds like a slur, by the way.
Yeah.
These fucking
dirty beefeaters.
Yeah.
What slur would you think it'd be assigned to? A race?
I think
around Juneteenth. Come on, let's talk race.
I think probably the Portuguese.
I just know there's a couple brothers on this pod right now. Me and you, a couple brothers.
Yeah.
I think you think Portuguese a Beefeater would be assigned to?
I think so.
I think it's a good slur for Brits.
I think black people, a lot of black people don't eat pork.
No.
A lot of them, not like predominantly or anything, calm down, are Muslim or whatever, so pork is out the window.
Yeah.
But you said what?
I said Brits.
I like that. I like that.
I don't know, man. I think, I'm not racist or nothing, but, I think if there's, do British people even count as a race?
No.
What are they then?
White.
Well, fuck them.
They're a nationality.
Oh, shit. Right,
but we're fine. We're fine.
Yo, if you're British.
You.
Dumbass.
I think the Scots and the Irish are way more interesting than the Brits.
The Scots and the Irish are sick.
Yeah.
Look at Conor McGregor.
Sure.
Yeah, those guys
fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Guy knows what he's doing.
I don't know what he's doing, but I like it.
Yeah, honestly, he doesn't either.
But British people, what do? Do they eat beans? They have a clock.
They eat beans for breakfast, which is insane.
Yeah,
the kind of beans they eat for breakfast.
Yeah, because
Mexicans do it
better.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. If we were
their plate is colorful. The Mexicans, which is flavorful. Part of the alluring part. It's like. Most of the senses get hit with a Mexican plate.
Yeah, but
breakfast. Shout out.
British cuisine's just look at that.
Horrible.
Look at that.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Unseasoned chicken and peas, which peas are okay, but you're gonna load peas up as a side. You're out of your fucking mind.
Is that meat cake?
Yeah, that's like a meatloaf kind of thing.
Why?
I don't know.
See, that's why we need to nuke that country.
Right.
I'm not for war, but
it wouldn't even take it. Just like a decent-sized hydrogen bomb.
Yeah, have you seen their soldiers? They just wear stupid hats.
Yeah, I've talked about them on the pod before.
Stupid.
If we just send Rhode Island to them and knock down their drawbridge, they're not a problem anymore. These hicks on ATVs come through your neck of the woods, Hey,
why you talk so funny?
Yeah.
Dumb. Why you speak like that, you idiot?
They asked you a question, stupid.
They're putting it in a Copenhagen on their bottom lip. Hey,
just horseshoeing it. What are you looking at?
Oh, I heard your queer guy. I mean, queen. I heard your queen.
Y'all have queen.
Fucking gay.
Queen. Yeah, I don't understand the hierarchy or whatever that is. What's it called when you got a king and a queen and all that kind of shit?
Gay.
Patriarchy or I don't know.
Monarchy.
A monarchy. Thank you. Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I just know I don't like it.
Yeah, that's one of the only things that I don't really care for about. I don't pay attention to politics.
I do.
So Canada doesn't do too much wrong, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Again, I don't pay attention to politics, but having the queen on your money,
it's gay.
It's gay.
I'll say this.
It's gay and stupid.
I feel like Trump's the American version of the queen.
Absolutely.
I think like
absolutely. People, Mexicans predominantly, since we've moved here, have been like, "What do you think it is about Trump?"
Yeah.
That everybody likes, and I was like, "Well, he's a familiar face."
Yeah.
And that's it.
He's been famous forever.
That's it.
We know, like, girls, like,
when you're protested on Wall Street in the 80s,
yeah.
When you do nothing but reality TV,
yeah, and then you become the president.
Peak of reality TV. That's when you get to be president.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I think I don't know, like, you know, like girls, like dumb. You know, Taylor Swift's always been famous forever. You know what I mean? But like everyone
since I was in high school.
Yeah, she's always in the headlines for being a dumb whore. Like truthfully, like I remember, like when I was a kid, every time she was in the headlines, like Taylor Swift has a new boyfriend.
Right.
But then now she came back.
It would have been more fun if she was being a dumb whore. I think just dumb is not enough.
Yeah.
But if they're like, what? Her coke fell out of her skirt with her new boyfriend.
She's like one of those girls. It's like she knows she's waiting for the breakup.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so she can make $1 billion. But then she made a comeback. You know what I mean? So she's always been popular. She never fell off. Same thing with Trump. So like dumb girls got Taylor Swift, and like cool dudes have Trump.
Cool dudes.
Cool dude. Dude, I'll say this, dude. Trump supporters. I don't vote. I can't.
You can't vote?
I don't have patience.
Okay, all right.
I'm not gonna fucking. I don't care.
Yeah.
You know, anyway, but like, I know. I'm friends with everybody. I'm friends with like people who are far left and far right.
Sure.
And I'll say this: I like getting drunk with the people who are far right.
Yeah.
They're fun. They have cool music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. The people who are like further left have like stopped an open mic because somebody said.
Yeah. And then they may go on Facebook, and then, like, first off, if you're going on Facebook to complain, you're schizophrenic.
And a Democrat.
Yeah,
for sure.
For sure.
Yeah. If you're Republican and schizophrenic, you're on Truth.
They're fun.
You're on Truth.
And those are fun to read because every word's misspelled.
Are you on Truth?
Oh, I tried.
You are?
During the pandemic.
Do you have to pay for it?
No, it's free.
Oh.
During the pandemic is when he announced it, but I was on a waiting list because there's a waiting list for Truth. Because I was like, I'm gonna start posting my comedy clips on Truth. Everyone's doing TikTok. Maybe this will be the next big thing that blows up. And then nobody used it. I thought honestly it would have been bigger than it was.
It's like middle-aged and up. Old whites that really just like ended up semi-unemployed after the pandemic. You know, due to I don't know what, maybe it was, you know, tweeting the N-word or whatever.
I think everyone on Truth is just
doing something on January 6th with your pals, with your good
everyone on
friends.
Truth is just the Trump administration and Tiger King.
Tiger King. Oh yeah.
Have you seen him?
Yeah.
You follow his Instagram?
Yeah. No. His husband was deported.
And then he's just always like, Trump, how come you haven't pardoned me yet? How come you haven't pardoned me?
Oh my God.
I love. You know what? If he became president,
Tiger King?
I would love that.
Joe Exotic, right? Yeah.
Because you know, like every president, they always redecorate the White House, the Oval Office when they go in, right? They're like $1 million.
No, I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah,
and then
that's
I
always
saw
been a
Trump
thing.
had gold-plated a bunch of stuff, and I'm like, yeah, that makes sense.
Well, he just copied Reagan. Because he just copied
really?
Reagan's format.
I didn't know you got to do a remix on the Oval Office every time.
You know, you'd think it'd be Obama who had a lot of gold.
You would think when Obama went in there, he would have put something up on like John Cena turning the belt into a spinner.
You think would have made it black as shit.
Yeah.
But no, he did it. His was kind of lame.
Right.
Trump made it pretty black, actually. But
Obama had to be classy.
Yeah,
was the thing. If he'd have blacked it up a little bit, he would have had a lot more fans. A lot more fans.
Imagine.
But, like, even classy, he really got the shit out of the stick.
Imagine when he announced he killed bin Laden, he did it in a do-rag.
Hell yeah, dude.
That would have been sick.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's smoking a blunt.
You know, DaBaby's around at that time and he just shows up in a music video. That's sick, dude.
Instead of saying my fellow Americans, he says my.
Yeah.
Yo, my. We just busted a cap in this fool's ass.
Got.
We went in.
Osama!
We went up. We went in there with the switch and went pop, motherfucker.
Holy shit.
And it went scat.
Like, me and a bunch of Haitians went crazy on this
Motherfucker.
Fool. Yeah, that's fucking awesome.
That would have been sick.
Dude, that's third term right there.
Yeah.
That's third term, if anything.
Instead of having like a fucking suit, he comes out like in a presidential jersey. That'd be fucking sick.
Is the presidential jersey like a basketball jersey or a football jersey, a hockey jersey? Or do you think he's got a repertoire? You think he's got the wardrobe full?
Yeah, but I think when he announces Bin Laden, I'm talking like it takes inspiration from the Bulls.
Yeah.
So if we're talking basketball jersey.
White t-shirt, basketball jersey over it.
The collar is gold.
Nice.
It's gold collar.
Sick.
It'd be sick. It would be sick.
Red bottoms on.
He's got the only pair of Jordans. He has a specific pair of Jordans that no one else can get.
911s.
Yeah. Jordan 911s. That would be sick.
He was like, this one's for New York City. Stand up.
The fucking Nike the Nike emblem just has like the ashes from the fucking towers that collapsed.
Man. Yeah, the soles of it are hollowed out and have ashes just falling around in them like Static Stanley.
Yeah.
You know, that's fucking badass, dude. Hell yeah.
That's what I want.
We need to rewrite history, not the winners of it. Let the poors decide what happens in the textbooks, please. Let us win something. We're not going to die happy. Let us, write a little bit and to fuck around.
The country's already going to collapse. Let's go out with a boom. Let's go.
Absolutely.
Let's go fully. None of this like, oh, we gotta go out. No.
Yeah.
I want Trump to like, fuck it, like he alludes to racism. I want him to be full race.
Right. He's implicative.
Yeah, like I say, instead of like, let's say like the next terrorist he kills, right? Let's say the next ISIS.
The next guy that we create.
Yeah, the next guy we create.
Right.
Instead of like saying like, we killed him, he just brings him out to a ring and then does a WWE move, hits him with the folding chair. Let's go full fucking reach. Let's make it fun.
When inevitably the presidency is over and we're full-blown dictatorship, as we are going to be, I think that we need to keep the voting, but just every 4 years we pick a state to bomb, just like drop a good hydrogen bomb on them.
We'll be here for a state.
Arkansas.
Why?
Arkansas.
I go New Mexico.
Okay. All right. Well, nobody's getting hurt at that point. So you're picking a very democratic way of bombing a state.
I'm picking New Mexico because it's like I go there a lot, and it's not for comedy. It's because like we have I'll say this: I hate New Mexico because I love spending time with my dad, and I'm a very privileged person.
Sure.
But we go out there every fucking weekend and go to these RV parks. There's a bunch of old people fucking getting high at these RV parks and all that shit.
That's what the retirement is nowadays.
Yeah, I know. New Mexico is just a big retirement home.
You get to be in Arizona or New Mexico, and you get to have guns and spit on Mexicans.
Well, no, New Mexico is woke. No, they're not like that. New Mexico is very like turquoise.
Really?
Yeah. It's a bunch of white people that like to dress like they're Native Americans. So they wear a bunch of their jewelry and shit like that.
So you're saying that's where I'm going.
And then like
that's where I'm going then.
Yeah,
probably.
so it's very like
I've always wanted a big ass headdress.
Yeah, how many feathers you talking?
How many? I didn't know I had to pick.
I want to look like a fucking peacock. 50
for the states, baby.
I'm gonna go odd dog. 52. 51.
That's
51.
not a dog.
51. I mean,
I'm gonna go odd, Doc.
I'm gonna go odd. 52. I'm not fucking stupid. It's the gin.
Goddamn. Yeah. Dude, I thought about getting dry gin or extra dry gin.
Yeah.
But I've passed out. Like not even drunkenly passed out.
Just like dehydrated?
I think so. When I was a kid, I had some extra dry gin, and I ended up passing out at one point, and it was like I was walking through a living room and I just felt like I was gonna, I was getting real dizzy.
Yeah.
And at a certain point, I couldn't see anything, I couldn't feel anything, but I heard just crashing, and then I came to on the floor. I took out a door of an entertainment center. It was really weird, so I was like, maybe we'll just stick with the
regular
beef.
gin.
This is regular Beefeater, right? This is.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It looks
Heart
like
of London.
fuck those people.
Excuse me, Mr. Gentleman behind the bar.
Making my fucked up teeth.
Might I please enjoy myself a bit of extra dry gin?
You know what I've been thinking about lately? And this has just been a random thought it keeps popping up in my head.
Okay.
What if Diddy was a Chinese man? Oh, I reckon I'll come on my ripple. You know? Like, it's just like every time.
Who want Flumber party?
Oh.
Flumber party at my house.
We're gonna go bang a gong. And
We're
then,
talking like big teeth and like
yes,
the worst.
I'm talking
the worst rendition.
big glasses. You ever
Yeah,
seen
yeah,
that?
yeah,
Remember
yeah.
when Rob Schneider played the guy in Chuck and Larry? He was just in full Asian face.
I don't remember Chuck and Larry very
So
well.
there's a scene in Chuck and Larry where they're gonna get married.
Democratic movie, very woke, leftist, gay movie about two grown men. No, I'm kidding.
There it is. That's Rob Schneider.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Oh man, when you can get away with
So
this
imagine
one.
that was Diddy.
Well, yeah.
And then every time like someone goes in court to testify against him, it's like, yeah, he beat me. He set my car on fire.
Yeah.
And then you just hear, you have dishonored me.
He's lying.
You have your
He's lying to you, your honor.
Why you fucking
He's like-
complaining? Why
He's
you
like
complaining?
sobbing into his palms, and he's like, he was me. Oh, he right.
Oh, someone know like a man.
Oh, come on.
It's when we say your car on fire, it was a Chinese firework. It was Chinese New Year.
Please. You have to believe me.
Every time, it would be funny. Like every time, like someone comes at those orgies, he just hits a gong.
Oh, perfect. That's so fun. The beauty of Rob Schneider doing this character is that he's Filipino. Like,
Yeah.
white people didn't know what to do. It's white women, by the way, that are
Yeah.
carrying out this everything's racist bullshit. Mexicans don't see shit and go, that's offensive.
You know what it is? It's hot.
Black
women.
people don't do it. Jews do it.
Well, Jews know what they're doing.
We can only say it 4 times during the pod, so
Jays. How about we call them the
done with that.
Jays?
Yeah.
You know what I thought was funny?
Yeah.
So you know, like this whole. I'm not gonna fucking say my opinion on the whole.
If we
LA
say it more than 4 times, they know we're talking about them.
Hey yo! By the way, I love the banks.
Full disclosure, interest is dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Money's sick.
Tight.
I hate refunds.
We love capitalism here.
So I was remember when we joined that Instagram live? I went camping and all that shit. So
I was hoping that you'd be sunburnt like me, because now I just look like I have a bleeding through spray
you
on
look like
tan.
you're at Mar-a-Lago, dude.
I look like I have vitiligo, is what. It's not. I look like a burn victim.
You look like you like golf way too much.
Yeah, I look like I stood too close to Diddy's asshole. So get a little bit of that, guys. No eyebrows left. It's just hot. He's in heat.
You just have the baby oil on you in the sun. It's just boiling like bacon grease.
That baby oil's flammable, dog. We can't be, blisters.
So when I was going to Ruidoso,
Yeah,
we're listening to Fox News Radio.
of course.
All right, like you do.
Like you do.
And-
Father-son shit.
It is
You
fun.
know what I mean?
I'll say this: if your dad does not listen to Fox News while drunk, he's probably gay.
You got a fucking mom, dog.
Yeah, Dad.
You got a fucking mom,
yeah, dude. My dad loves pussy.
Put your dad a fucking pussy, dude.
My dad loves pussy. He loves Hannity.
In that order.
In that
son.
order, dog. Pussy and Hannity. That's all it's about.
I love it.
So we're going there, and then so we're going to Ruidoso, and there's live we're hearing it on the radio. There's live coverage of the LA riots, and then after that, they brought back that Jewish festival after that guy threw a Molotov at the thing. So this guy threw a Molotov cocktail at this Jewish festival. He killed like 4 people, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you don't see that in the news. That's weird.
It was on
I
Fox.
know. I didn't.
I don't even know what a
about
Jewish festival is. What is it? A day at the bank? So,
it. Career day.
career day. So It's funny though, because like so everything's fixed. You have the cops at this Jewish festival,
Yeah.
and everything's peaceful. And then you're just hearing like the back to back. So it's like they're throwing rocks at the cars.
Yeah,
everything's going to shit. And it comes back it's like, there's nothing going on. They're making kosher hot dogs.
Oh my
And then it cuts
God.
back. It's like they're burning Teslas on fire.
Yeah.
And then it comes back. It's like they're doing the Jewish song dance where they do the Hassam Aleikum. They're doing the hot. Nothing's happening. Nothing's happening at all. And they're doing this live coverage.
Amanda was picked up in a chair and not thrown through a window, so you know they're having a good time.
It's just baseball on. It's just
That's how they
AM radio, Yankees playing.
You know what? Every time there's a riot, I'll say
No.
this is my hot take. Every time there's a riot, they just get baseball commentators
Yeah.
to do instead of news reporter.
Absolutely, yes.
Ah, he threw a 49 at that window.
Get the guys that were fired for saying something racist too,
Yeah.
like the guy who was fired for talking about Shohei Ohtani.
No, me
It was like,
Shawi.
yeah, no, yeah. Well, that's what he should have said. Yeah, but he was like, "Be very careful," and I think he got fired for that.
He said it while he was commentating.
Yeah.
It's like I didn't mean to say.
Which, first of all, I mean, the MLB has to look at publicity as publicity right
Yeah.
now. They're not doing great numbers.
They're not.
They're not.
They need
They're
like
doing
a-
better than WNBA numbers.
I'll say this.
That's what I call remaining afloat.
The WNBA should be thankful for transgender athletes because that's the only time we ever hear about the WNBA.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Not true.
I think whenever you don't hear about,
There's the big three.
you don't really hear. Okay, I'll just say women's sports in general.
Okay,
You
that's
don't-
fair.
You don't really
Nobody
ever.
fucks with women's lacrosse.
No one gives a shit about women's sports until they add a tranny,
Right.
which it's like you gotta thank the tranny.
You have. I mean, that's what broke the ice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I don't give a
Obviously.
It's like I don't give a shit.
First of all, nobody gave a fuck about women swimming whatsoever.
I did because I'm a pervert.
Well, okay, all right, but you didn't remember names.
There's names.
Yeah,
There's names.
those things got names.
I just called them 10, 9, and fat.
Yeah. I got the circumference of their asses in my mind, and that's about it. No, it's a swimming and volleyball. That's the greatest women's sport, and they really should play
What's
into
the-
that. They tried to sex things up. Lingerie football.
That's it.
But like the best thing about lingerie football is watching a 49-year-old grown man scream at a woman wearing lingerie.
That's sick.
That's the fucking funniest thing that
Didn't
there
you-
is. And almost nothing tops it.
Are we putting lingerie football?
Yeah.
Oh no. just type in whores that didn't make it to cheerleading.
Yeah. Put in women's football and it'll come
Women's football. Yeah.
up. Yeah. It's not going to be soccer. It's soccer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, those are, I mean, let's be honest. Their wives are the ones watching in the stands, and that's about it.
Yeah,
Much like the WNBA.
Yeah.
Yeah. Women hate women more than anything, and the owner of the WNBA proved that when Caitlin Clark got on Time Magazine, and she was like, why didn't they put all the players of the WNBA in there? And it's like, okay, well, pick a lane. Either you're being sexist or you're being racist.
Caitlin Clark's the only one that's like actually good, huh?
Dude, she is so fucking good.
I don't really know
She's
much about her.
so good. She's a sniper. It's like watching college basketball. It's actually exciting when Caitlin Clark is playing.
So she's actually changing the game.
Dude, she is filling the stands.
Is she a dude?
No.
So she doesn't have a bat.
No, she's just a white kid.
She's baseball.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Angel Reese is like the nemesis or whatever. She's the one that's like, I don't want her getting the attention. Everybody's watching because of me too.
Yeah.
And she's a nepo baby.
The only female athlete. Who's that bitch that got kidnapped by Russia?
Brittany Griner.
She's a dude, right?
She's a gay woman.
Have you heard her talk?
Yeah.
That's her voice is deeper
I
than mine.
know, but you meet one of those every now and again.
Yeah, but you ever question it?
I mean, I know I'm more of a man than Brittany Griner, so
I think
I'm
she's
not-
more of a man than me.
That's why I think. That's where it comes from, I
Yeah.
think, is your security as a man.
Yeah, I don't have
And
any.
you're young.
Yeah.
You'll be more of a man than Brittany Griner here very soon.
Hopefully.
You've lost all hope in life and the world
I have
and
a
everything.
wife I hate, and I'm not even
You're-
married.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you're there almost. Javi, not so much.
No.
Javi's never going to be more of a man than Brittany Griner is.
You think so?
No.
That's
She
what-
spent a year in a Russian prison
Yeah.
and then came back and was like, these youngins can't be quiet during my b-ball game. I wanted to have a quiet little game of chess in the park. And that's Brittany Griner.
Okay.
Brittany Griner's an old, light-skinned black man.
She's a les.
Yeah.
So she should be called Brittany Grinder.
Yeah. Her and her wife had adopted a kid, and
Brittany Griner.
She was like, yeah, I'm Pops. That's what I want she wants their kid to call her Pops. And I'm like, that's blacker
Then
than
they should
you.
put her in
She's
the.
very light-skinned.
Well, they just pulled up a picture of her right now.
Well, that's
Taylor Swift. What? I don't like Taylor. Man, I fucking hate Taylor.
Taylor Swift. I would love to watch her try to play a sport.
You know what I want? What's her boyfriend? Travis Kelce.
Travis Kelce, which he lost a lot of points recently. He stole a joke on a podcast.
I saw that.
He doesn't know the severity of that, which I understand. But stay in your fucking lane, Bubba.
Yeah.
I love you. Let me keep loving you.
Dude, you know what you gotta do, Travis Kelce? Which you're not watching this.
Get back with a black woman first and foremost.
Nah, you need to get more CTE and then kill Taylor Swift.
Wouldn't that be something?
That's what, I want a good murder.
Oh man,
I want a
that
good-
would flip the country upside
Because
down.
you ever notice a lot of like the celebrities that get murdered now? It's like I didn't even know who that was.
Yeah.
I want a good if Taylor Swift got.
If you got stats in domestic abuse, you're either like a senator or an NFL player.
Yeah.
NBA players don't hit their wives. First of all, they never have them. They barely ever have wives. They just got bitches coming through because they're in peak physicality their whole lives. What injury do you sustain that you can't play basketball any longer? You're like gigantism gets in the way and your heart fails a couple times.
I just know it's probably from cops.
Hey. We had to have
Juneteenth.
Paul on. We had to have Paul on Juneteenth, Bubba. We got
Honorary brother.
Huh?
Honorary brother.
Honorary over here. Yeah, you make by far the most race jokes, which was it was a happy accident that you were on for this one because we had no idea. We were just like booking people.
Yeah.
And
It was like, we need a racist.
So, okay, all right, brass tacks here, because we do have a good show for you guys, and we're halfway through it. Obviously, it's been a fucking hoot. So if I fucking love this. This is phenomenal. But what we have not covered yet. So that TikToker, Khaby Lame. Do you know who that is?
Elaborate. What did they do? The black guy. Juneteenth.
Deported.
They deported him?
Yeah.
Good.
I mean, he's got the most followers on TikTok. I've heard a couple people around town, you know, the brown ones, but not this brown.
Now,
And they were like, why do you think they're targeting Mexicans? And I'm like, well, they're not. It's just all you hear about.
yeah, it's everybody.
They're targeting Asian students with visas. They're revoking them.
Yeah.
They're... Hold on. Let me say the headline one more time, and then we both go like this just for the clip. Khaby Lame, famous TikToker, most followers on TikTok, was deported. And that's one for the books. We need for China to love us because I need for them to pay for everything.
I know why we don't hear about this. This fucker never says anything.
Nah, I mean, would you understand if
Imagine
you did?
when they deport him, they were like, are you a U.S. citizen? And he was just like... It's like, you didn't answer. You didn't answer us. What are you? Do you have a green card?
Are you the homeowner here?
Then what is that? I'm 40 years old.
I wholeheartedly believe that Alex Pineda stole that from him. Like it's his now. Alex Pineda. Oh, you don't know fighting. All right.
I know Sean Strickland.
Yeah,
That
but
guy's
he
sick.
just got beat again.
Really?
Yeah, he went for Dvalishvili's
Did you see that video he made?
Of?
So he's shooting a gun, and he was like, if I was a school shooter, I would...
Sean Strickland.
Yeah, Sean Strickland.
I thought you meant Sugar Sean.
I don't like Sugar Sean.
No, Sean Strickland is now 240 pounds.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, and
He looks like he's gained some weight.
Ever since he cried on Theo Vaughn's podcast, his life has fallen into shambles. He lost his belt. And, he's just like a fat crybaby now.
We didn't see what he did. So he's shooting guns in the desert. It's like, you see, everyone's always talking about assault rifles. If I was going through a mall or something, I would go like this. And he starts acting
If
out.
I was going through a mall.
He starts acting out how he would shoot a place up. See,
yeah.
nobody knows what they're actually talking about.
I mean,
The dude's a whack job.
he could totally be. I feel like he's thought about this a lot. Probably.
I've thought of, yeah, I mean,
He goes, haven't we all? I think.
you ever just be in a long line? And you're like, I want to pay already.
Someone's kid's crying, you hear gum popping, and you think, if I just came in here with the right tools.
Yeah.
You're like,
I'm tired of self-checkout.
yeah, he's like, fuck my birth certificate. If I came in here with a fucking pea shooter at all.
You see, that's why, okay. You know
Yeah.
where Trump's fucking up with the whole, I'm not a political guy, but you know where he's fucking up the whole immigrant thing?
Let's hear
He's
it.
not selling it right. He's
Yeah.
not- if you wanted to
I agree.
If you wanted to deport people, don't say, oh, we're bringing in criminals. And I was like, because the modern generation,
Right.
the younger generation, my generation,
Uh-huh.
we don't give a fuck about criminals.
That's true.
Everyone goes on Instagram, they're always like,
They're the
free-
most famous people.
Yeah, all the celebrities in the modern generation are gay or they're criminals.
Mm-hmm. That's
or
true.
sometimes both. And all they ever
Gay
say,
criminals, shout out, dude.
And then
During
all-
Pride Month?
Yeah.
Sick.
and then all they ever say is, "Free my boy." What did your boy do? He raped a girl, and then it's like,
yeah, that's
and
not,
it's like, well, maybe your boy shouldn't be freed. What did he do? Like, you know what? Everyone forgets-
probably.
So Trump
Wouldn't it be
is-
great during Pride Month? You got a guy that sticks up a bank, and while he's robbing he's like, while you're gathering my money, you pull down your pants, and he just sucks some guy's cock at
Yeah.
gunpoint.
He's
And while
holding-
he's waiting for the money, and he comes, he's like, you come like a girl. He spits his load out onto the floor. He's like, you come like a fucking girl. Headbutts him in the
Pussy.
forehead. And, bad, dude, that's some bad shit right
Yeah,
there.
that's sick.
a bad motherfucker
That's the
right
new
there.
Joker.
He
That's the
fucking
new
make a
Joker.
guy come.
I'm gonna suck your cock, Batman. So
I'm so scared.
no, Joker, stop sucking my cock. No. I'm gonna rape Robin, Batman. Don't rape Robin.
If he raped Robin, it's because of what he was wearing. Let's be honest. Boy
Yeah.
Wonder's got some fucking cheeks on
I'm gonna make
dude.
him wonder his sexuality, Batman. He's been wondering for the rest of his life, why did the clown
Oh
rape
my
him?
God.
So if Trump wants to sell
Dick gay son.
if Trump wants to sell immigration, right?
Sure.
I'm just saying this as a salesperson.
Right.
I'm not saying this is a political
I
person.
can relate. Yeah.
I like sales.
Yeah. Marketing, man.
Marketing.
That's
man.
what it's about.
No one gives a fuck about the criminals anymore.
Yeah.
That's old. It's
Trump
dead.
used to care about marketing, but now he's more about misdirection. He's like a magician salesman.
like
and
it.
nobody likes a magician salesman.
No, but it's funny. It's a little funny.
It's funny. Sure.
So here's what I would do.
Okay.
Stop advertising the criminals and all that shit. What he should say is, are you tired of lines? Are you tired of traffic? Mm-hmm. Don't you ever want to drive on the freeway with no traffic, dead traffic?
Have you ever driven right behind a pickup truck that was made in 1992 carrying weed whackers and lawnmowers
And trash.
And you're on the I-10 and you just can't seem to get anywhere. You can't get around him. He's doing 35 miles per hour. You say, why are you doing 35 miles per hour? You can't do 35 miles.
Where
He
are you
never gets
from?
pulled over. It's more dangerous than going fast.
Because the younger generation, they all have what's it called, ADHD or some shit, which means they
All
don't,
of them.
Which
yeah.
means they don't have.
Including most of us.
Now I refuse to get diagnosed. I've been told I might have something, but I'm not gonna. It's to me, it's like, look, if I'm retarded, I'm retarded. I'm not gonna do anything about
Sure,
it.
right.
You know what
I want so badly, and I still do, to get somebody that can do a test on me
yeah.
to see if at all on the spectrum I am, or where kind of stuff. Because I firmly, honestly believe that there's something there. But I also feel like a lot of people have a fixation about, be like, I gotta be retarded.
Yeah, you ever been told like you might be on the spectrum, but then there's like, I'm not on the spectrum. I'm just rude.
Yeah, by my dad. My dad calls me retarded all the
My
time.
dad calls me a, but
Yeah.
like that's two different things.
I don't think to them it is. I think to them it's pretty fucking close. I think my dad and your dad would get along very
They
well.
would. Does your dad like Hannity and pussy too?
I don't know.
In that order?
We don't talk about politics anymore, but he might. He loves pussy. He likes getting his ass eaten too. So Hannity might be right around his.
Your dad
fucking
likes getting
corner.
his ass eaten?
Dude loves it. He won't stop. We are way too open with each other about information, and yeah, yeah.
Have you?
No.
I remember one time.
No, I'm straighter than my father.
I remember one time I was.
I'll take a pinky, by the way. I feel like if if it came up and it was like,
No pun
you
intended.
know, yeah. If it came up and it was like, I bet I could reach your prostate, you dumbass. I'd be like, but you can't, whatever. But like getting your ass eaten by a woman just feels an awful lot like you're like a full grown man as a baby putting their legs behind it.
Yeah.
Like trying to get your diaper changed or something. It makes you look like a pussy is what it makes it look like. I feel like you could get a pinky up your ass and not look like a pussy.
I remember one time I was with this chick and she was going down on me and she moved down. I was like, what are you doing? Is there like a wart or some shit? She was not looking.
She was checking out.
She was going down.
She was doing a diagnosis.
And as soon as she touched me, it was instinct.
Okay.
So I'm not into domestic abuse. That shit's gay.
Oh.
I fucking kicked her.
Yeah.
Kicked her in the face. She got a nosebleed.
Where were your legs at when this had happened?
My couch. On the floor.
Right. Well, what position were you? Oh, okay. You were
Like
sitting.
that. And
You were
she
sitting.
lifted my sack.
So you did like a splitting axe kick. You brought one foot up and came down
Yeah.
on top of her head. Okay. Well, that's legal. That's clean.
Yeah. If anything, I was the victim.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, consent. We're all about consent
Yeah.
here. Yeah.
But it's like, do you ever remember like when you realized like you weren't an alpha male?
Yeah, I'm not. So,
Because I know I'm not.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say like when you were like a kid.
I can definitely judge other men based on their preferences and everything, and that's gotten a lot more like realistic throughout the years. Like Javi, just recently he called margaritas gay.
They're not
and I
gay.
was like, okay, well, sometimes you can have a drink that's got a couple of ingredients in it, and you're not gay. Maybe you're just dumb and you don't like want to try new things at a certain point. That doesn't make you gay.
Yeah.
And I think that is. I think that sets you down on the alpha.
Yeah.
You're not trying new things. What you should be doing is trying new things and letting the pack know how it goes. You know what I mean?
So this
You'd
is
be
what
like, have you guys had your ass eaten before? Wow. No.
Yeah, you know what? 'Cause it takes an alpha wolf to discover shit on his own.
Yeah.
Listen, as an alpha
I'm adventurous.
male.
There you go.
No, I remember the first time I realized I was an alpha. I was in 8th
You
grade,
weren't an alpha.
and my pact.
Okay.
So when you're in middle school and
It's
high school,
pact.
you have like your
It's pact. It's
you have
not
your friend,
pact.
you have your whatever it is, man. Don't be a
It's
fucking
not
fag.
an agreement.
So like you know you have a group of friends, right? And you know who it's just assumed
Hardly.
who the leader is.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I remember when I was a kid, everyone would start jacking off and all that shit, but none of us could jack off white. It all just came out clear.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
You
Like,
got the vestigal fluid, but not cum.
It's like we like tits, but we don't got cum yet.
Yeah.
So the first person that had like actual cum, like
Isn't that disgusting? Did you know about that? The kids jerk off before
It's
they
not
can
disgusting,
actually
it's
come?
natural.
No, it's disgusting. Kids jerk off. Hold on, because we're all about discovery here. Turn your mic on too. Did you know that kids jerk off before they can come, and all that comes out is that clear stuff, and there's no actual.
it's just sticky pee.
Yeah,
Ew.
it's just sticky piss.
That's
You know that?
So anyway,
I thought this would be a good time for her to do.
I'm sorry, Nat. I forgot you were here. Anyway, back to this cum talk.
Yeah.
So it was my friend Carlos. He was the first one to shoot a white load. And
Oh, yeah?
yeah, and they were like,
How old were you? How old was he?
I think he was.
I feel like that's
I know
getting
he's
too
older than me.
nitty-gritty.
I want to say.
What, like months older than
Yeah,
you?
he's like 4 months older than me. Well, anyway, yeah. So he was the one that shot the first white load. So we're like, you're the leader now. You're the alpha.
That's so crazy.
You're the alpha. And
I
then,
never stuck around with a group long enough.
well, now he's in jail
Of course.
for rape. So, talk about alpha. He developed a fentanyl addiction in senior year. I didn't go to high school to do it, but you know, like sometimes you check up on a guy.
Yeah. Well, sure. I mean, look up or like you.
No, like
you-
I'll just message him like,
You
hey,
got a call and went to the hospital with.
no,
something.
I didn't go to the hospital. I just like text him. I was like, hey, how's everything going? He's like, it's terrible. I overdosed in class.
In class, what was the time span
Well,
here?
fucking, this is like years after in high school and all that stuff. So I was in 8th grade when.
Oh,
So
yeah,
in 8th
well.
grade he came white. By junior year in high school, he was addicted to drugs. So
It took him until the 8th grade to come white.
Yeah, I mean, it took me to freshman year to come white. I'm not even gonna lie. I would lie to my friends and say I was jacking off just so I could feel a part of the group. I wasn't jacking off. I was still playing with toys.
I came white 6th grade.
I wasn't even jacking off. I hit puberty late.
This is how you know that the T levels are going down. This should be. Why are we not? Listen, we need to be more open about our lives. Honestly, like
I'm pretty open.
That's and I respect that. But it's the refraining from being real that men do, where it's like, yeah, I've pulled a long hair out of my asshole. And it came from because I started dating a girl again, and I had a shower and I pulled a long hair out of my and it took me 2 arms. What? It took me 2. You went like this, and then you had to go and you grabbed it with the other hand and then you pulled it out, and it was a long hair, so you had to like take that long. Nobody ever talks about shit like that. So it's like when we're talking about like men not being men anymore, maybe we should start at a point where it's like. People are coming later in life.
Let's cover the gross shit.
Yeah. We have to.
I got another gross story.
Okay. Yeah.
So speaking of sex, one time I got head, and then like the next day I was in the shower because I'm uncircumcised, right?
Start over. No,
So-
hold on. He went, speaking of sex, and did a bobblehead thing. Like, he was proud of it still.
So speaking of me being a fucking badass crushed puss, I got
Christ.
head one night.
Uh-huh.
And now I'm uncircumcised. I got a dune worm. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
I got a dune worm.
We've had nothing but... No, Papa's circumcised. I know.
That's not good.
I went through his phone in my teenage years and found a fucking
You know what my
dick
dad
pic that he
does?
sent
Still,
to a woman.
my dad's uncircumcised. You know, I find out because my dad doesn't give a fuck. He'll go to the shower,
He'll
but
just pull his peener out in front of you?
no, not in a weird way.
Probably.
But like,
No, right.
So like so the showers
He's
in the
not
hall.
a fucking pedophile or anything.
He's
He's
not,
just
he's
likes
not,
airing it
he's
out.
He's not gay. He's just
Right.
fucking alpha.
Sure.
Even though he shaves his legs.
He does?
He shaves his legs because he believes that. You know that you ever heard that stupid conspiracy theory? That's a conspiracy theory. That theory where it's like if you shave your legs, you run faster.
Not
aerodynamic.
you. They didn't mean you. They meant Olympic athletes.
Well, you
they
know
did not mean some guy that works a 9 to 5.
He doesn't even run.
Yeah, no shit. That's
just
so
sits at a
fucking stupid.
Yeah, he's hairless. He's hairless.
Because it makes me run faster. Dad, you haven't ran in 13 years.
He's never
dude.
ran.
God damn.
Anyway, so
Sorry.
Okay, well, we're talking about my dad's cock. So my dad, he'll get out of the shower. There's been times I've woken up. You know when you're like drink too much in the night, you're like the acid starts coming up and all that.
Obviously, yeah.
Yeah, so I had that a couple weeks ago, but I'm just used to this at this point. He's always like,
Sure.
because he gets up at 6 in the morning, he goes to the shower, but he doesn't put his clothes in the shower. He'll just walk to his room and change. He'll just dry off with a towel, put the towel back in, and walk butt naked to the fucking his room. So his cock is always fucking swinging uncirced.
Okay.
And he told me,
He's secure with his body.
oh, he doesn't give a fuck. He's like, it's my house. I'll let it swing. Don't look at my dick.
Cool for you.
It is kind of sick. I respect
Good
it.
for him.
It trained me how to have confidence.
Sure.
You know?
You
Like,
should.
You know what? I'll say this, because this is an alpha male podcast now.
Uh-huh.
Like, if you guys want to feel like real confident and you're gonna send a dick pic, don't send a hard dick pics. You want to know a power move? Soft.
Ooh.
I do soft dick pics. That's a power move.
I don't do dick pics at all. I never have. Because there's like nothing to be proud of, really. Yeah. So, do you want to celebrate Black History Month and finish off with a gin and juice real quick? Do you want to do the thing? No. I never partake in, huh?
It's adrenochrome.
It's adrenochrome. Yeah, well, I mean, it's the fountain of youth, baby. The veins of a scared child is what that is.
You might not finish that.
I love the... No, I don't give a fuck. I love that you had to stand up to do it. You got, like, glasses on, but you're focusing. It's like, you could have done it from where you were sitting, for sure.
I like to pour my drink standing up, dude. My job is an alpha.
Yeah. I'm going to talk to you while you're sitting down.
Yeah, dude. It's called being
That's
dominant.
being an alpha right there.
I'm so fucking alpha,
I don't even
man.
know what I'm talking about anymore.
So what was I? I didn't finish. So
Dad's uncircumcised. That's crazy.
So I went to my dick. Okay, so one day I got head, and the next day I took a shower. Yeah, and
Okay.
I fucking, because you're talking about pulling hairs out of random places.
Not just your asshole.
So hold on, dude.
Yeah.
So I was washing my peen, and I fucking long. I knew it wasn't my hair because I can't suck my own wiener. So long ass curly hair. I also have straight hair
Coming out of your foreskin.
coming out of my foreskin. I was like, oh my god.
That's fucking disgusting, dude.
I mean, but it was disgusting. But at the same time, I was like, got hit last night.
Let me ask you a question. If you had a choice, would you have like chosen for your parents to circumcise your penis or not?
Am I a
because
baby?
Honestly,
Am I a baby at this time? Or?
If you understood, it's when you're safe to have a circumcision. So yes, but you're not Jewish.
I mean, you know what? No.
Really?
I'll say this.
You don't know the joy, though.
I'll say this.
You don't know the joy of having like
You don't know the joy of not.
absolutely nothing but contact on the head of your penis.
I'll say this.
It's phenomenal.
Hey,
by the
I'll
way.
say this. I'm single. So the foreskin, I'm not sure if you knew this. This is now. You know what? Let's get biological.
Sure, let's do it.
The foreskin.
We're a science podcast.
The foreskin is technically supposed to be a pussy. It's supposed to be like a fucking, because when you're born originally, you start off as a girl and then like I don't know, fucking embryos work and all that shit.
I feel like
Then
this is
separate, you turn into a guy
scientifically
and all that
falling
stuff.
off.
Look,
Yeah.
I'm Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Sure.
And like, I don't know, man. So basically,
Space.
so, you know, like space. Anyway, look, what I'm trying to say is like the foreskin is supposed to simulate a pussy. So anyway, when you jack off, you got natural lube. Sorry, Nat. And
I don't think you do though.
but it's got, no, it does. It produces natural lube. I don't need lotion to jack
So you've
off.
never chafed on your penis before?
I've never chafed on my penis. That's what's
okay.
nice about being
Well,
uncircumcised.
that's one plus.
I'll say
but-
this: I gotta aggressively scrub,
Yeah.
but I don't mind that. I like a shower.
I like a shower too, but I don't feel the need to aggressively scrub anything.
What do you mean? Yeah, because you're uncircumcised. You're a fucking mutilated freak.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Perfected scientifically.
Shut the fuck up, Deb.
I don't think that having to pull skin back from my penis
It's fucking nice feeling.
because you're like
I'll
that's
say this:
fucking disgusting.
my cock
dude.
ultra sensitive.
When
Yeah,
it's when
sit on that.
when it's sheathed,
I never had a sheathed cock.
you have had a sheathed cock your whole
What's
life,
a
buddy.
sheath? Oh,
Sheathed like a sword.
covered. Yeah. Ultra sensitive. When I pull the skin back.
When you pull the skin back.
Yeah, but you know when you're
Because you know why it's ultra sensitive
Yeah,
is because it's
I got
not
my
usually
nerves.
pulled back.
'Cause I got
all the
my
way.
nerves.
I have my nerves too.
No, you don't. Your nerves are cut off when you got circumcised.
No, it's just
freak.
like come really quick.
Nah, dude, I don't come real quick. I like to.
That's insane.
I'm a passionate lover.
All right, well, we're not gonna. Her family watches this, so I'm not gonna get into the nitty gritty of it.
My dad's gonna watch this. Dad, your son fucks good.
Yeah, well, your dad should be proud if you're talking about all
I
the
last
all the
2
things.
hours.
That's
I take breaks in between.
that's cocaine or something. That's
no, it's not cocaine.
natural.
I take breaks. I take breaks.
I got a whole bit about that. That's just not right. It's an insult to a woman. What do you think? I'm fucking gay? I'm fucking you for 2 hours?
That's true, but I like making them come.
Make 'em come, make 'em come, make 'em come.
Also, I am gay. So what, dude? Juice.
Yeah. I'm a gay dude who likes making women come, dude.
Yeah, dude. What's wrong with that? I love
That
pussy.
would be more honorable than like not giving your child the benefit of the doubt and cutting the skin from around their penis.
Yeah.
I feel like you're really forcing them at a certain point to do the cleanly thing. You know how many people with foreskin end up with fucking like infections of some sort? I
I've had
don't
3.
know the studies, but there've got to be studies.
Oh no, it gets clogged and shit.
Uh-huh.
But you gotta wash that shit.
If you went to a Diddy party as an uncircumcised person,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's gotta be the baby oil never comes out. It never.
So, are you saying like if you go to a Diddy party uncircumcised, you're gonna feel left out?
No, you're gonna feel left in. It's probably the people that never leave. It's the ones that have baby oil wedged into the taint and the asshole and the penis. The ones, and they're constantly horny because of it. Because they could just fuck their own foreskin. It's
pretty sick.
And they're like, oh, I'm back in. And people like me, and I'm like, I need a shower like right now.
Yeah, see, I get the shame the next day. You get the shame right away. So I'm doing good. But of this cock talk, let's talk God.
You want to talk God?
I want to talk God.
God was the world's first rapist. And I think... he truly was. And in 2025, I bet most people would back me on that. If you know the story, have you read the book? Have you read the good book?
Which one? There's like
Any of them. That part of the story is the same through every book, I'm pretty sure.
which one?
The one where God put a baby in Mary unconsensually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's. I think every book is the same on that one.
Yeah. Okay. So
Let's do. Hold on. All right.
don't we have subjects?
We did. I mean, there's been no need.
But
really.
we went to a full argument. We went to a
There's-
full Alex Jones argument debate
All right.
on
If
circumcision.
you want a topic, we got. Okay, we're trying to make China happy, so we're gonna give you a blind ranking. Is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a blind ranking of your favorite black people. We're gonna rank black people throughout history. This is
Okay.
Paul, and you're gonna rank them first, second, third, fourth, and fifth.
Top 5 blacks.
But you have to rank them as it goes. You cannot replace anymore. That is what blind rankings are.
So 5 being the lowest or the
Yes.
highest?
1 being the highest. 5
So, okay,
being
we're starting
the
from
lowest.
5. And it
So-
can be any kind of black person.
I'm gonna name 5 of them.
Okay.
And you have to rank them, but you can't replace anything later on.
Okay. So
All
you're
right.
giving me my blacks.
Yeah, this
so
is-
you're picking the blacks for me.
This is
Wow, this is
It's like garage wars for slave
you know what
owners.
this sounds like a good auction.
Yeah, it's. Alright, this is Paul's favorite black people.
Which one would I buy?
Hold on, here we go. RuPaul.
The drag? They're black?
RuPaul is black.
No fucking way.
RuPaul's black. No, yes? We got a confirmation right here.
Wait, RuPaul's black? Number
RuPaul's
5.
Number 5.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Really?
She scared me as they scared me as a kid. I got nightmares. I used to be
Really? I can only imagine.
People in
you
drag-
saw him the first time you heard push me and then just touch me. And it was like full on.
It's the makeup. It gives me nightmares. It used to give me nightmares as a kid. I'm not even joking.
I get it. I understand now as a child. I get that.
And because they gave me nightmares, number 5.
Number 5. All right. Well, that's RuPaul.
That's not. See, why doesn't RuPaul get shit? She does white. They do white face. They do black.
I did a lot of research about gangs and shit, so it takes a lot for me to not call him Pa Rule.
Pa Rule.
You know what I mean? It's kind of hard from time to time.
I'm
not,
just
and not
saying.
my peener.
You know what I just
I'm gonna
realized?
say he's a sassy broad, but he doesn't make my dick hard.
I just realized drag is the last way you can get away with doing blackface.
It truly is, but
Yeah.
it's also a lot of fun, I'm sure.
Yeah, because you get to be racist.
So long as you're not like a 5-year-old to terrify.
Yeah, no.
As a boy, I feel like drag racing dragging is like horribly.
We should actually do real drag racing and get people in drag to race cars.
Yeah.
That'd actually be sick.
I think it'd be cool
In
with
blackface.
go karts or whatever.
Yeah.
All right, okay, we're gonna
So,
go.
RuPaul's 5.
R. Kelly. The blind ranking out of 5.
3.
3. Okay.
Good voice.
Yeah.
I don't care what they do.
I know. I agree. Angel Reese.
Who that?
That's Caitlin Clark's nemesis in the WNBA. I wish you knew a little bit more about her.
Women's
but
bas-
she's got a McDonald's meal nowadays.
Oh, she has McDonald's meal?
Yeah.
Okay, she's 4 then.
4?
I don't know who she is, but I like
Okay.
McDonald's.
4 is good. You like McDonald's,
Well,
but
McDonald's
you picked
is the
4.
I like McDonald's because I don't know who she is. So what's in the meal? What's in the
Okay.
McDonald's meal?
Diddy.
1. The next one's
right.
gonna be Martin Luther King. I fucking know it.
I wish to Christ it was. It's Jonathan Majors.
Well, he's two.
Yeah, he's two.
You know what? He is
He
two.
probably would have ended up two in the long run, anyways, right?
Yeah, well, here's the thing, man. I saw him. I saw the Kang shit. I'm a big Marvel fan.
I mean, he is just a phenomenal actor, right?
So
no matter how many women you hit or stalk or beat,
I'll say this.
You know,
when,
whatever.
When it comes to the whole shit with Diddy and all that stuff, all of a sudden the shit Jonathan Majors did doesn't seem that bad.
No, it really doesn't. And Jonathan Majors, I mean, look at this. That's the GQ. I know exactly what magazine that was.
I mean, look at him.
That's his GQ.
Look at him, dude. He's all
covers.
muscle.
My God. Do you know how many people I would put through a Diddy party to look like that?
You know, when I found out he was
Oh my!
when I found out he was beating women, I thought it was just promo for Creed 3. Like, this is how he trains. He just hooks them up and just
wouldn't blame you,
speed
honestly.
bagging the titties.
Yeah. They just got them droopy pears. He's just
it's like, which I mean, that's kind of a baller way to train.
It really is. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, Jonathan.
And a lot of women are into that nowadays.
So
very
now you know my
inclusive.
top 5 blacks.
Look at him, huh? Top 5 blacks for Paul. As a white man, I don't think ever in hoochie daddy shorts I will look quite as good as this man who's hit a woman before. I don't think that's where he you know.
So
He got it from. But you got to be confident enough to wear that shit, and you also have to be fairly confident, like maybe a little like crazy confident to
I
hit
feel
a
like
woman.
black people are the only people that can do domestic abuse right.
In what way?
I don't know. Like, you just look good after.
Yeah,
You know what I-
defiant even.
Yeah, like you're toned and all that shit.
Yeah, can't be a black woman though. Really?
No, I think you could be a black woman
Yeah?
and do it. Yeah. That'd be like the loudest domestic abuse.
Maybe like over custody dispute or whatever.
Yeah, but the whole time instead
You
like
crazy bitch.
just
you know?
clapping their hands at them.
Yeah. Oh, try not to hit him, man.
Yeah.
Try not to hit him when
Did you just put a finger on me, motherfucker? Did you just put your motherfucking hands on
Try
me?
not to hit somebody when they're going, I don't know what you know.
I don't know, bitch.
Boom. Yeah.
Just
no, obviously. And when you look like that, you're hitting them too.
Yeah.
That's not a
That's
man
why I
pulls
went
his
to
punches.
court. That's why I went to court. It's like
Yeah.
Kang the Conqueror just killed a woman.
There is no, Well, that's what it should have been. But he was like, also, I think one of the charges that he got was stalking. Imagine being stalked by this fucking guy. This fucking guy?
I'll say, what if he was?
Jesus.
'Cause
That's a terrifying, obviously, it went to court. How scary that's got to be for even a man.
Well, as an actor, I kind of respect it because, like, his last 2 roles, he played the villain.
He did.
So maybe he was just preparing for those roles.
He did. But then afterward, he played like a mentally unstable guy that you feel sorry for. Are we saying
that domestic abusers are mentally stable?
Are we putting the puzzle pieces together here? Well, no. I mean, as an actor, he picked a role where it was like some guy that you end up feeling sympathy for, but he's unstable. I don't think that's how it went.
Just him preparing for his next role.
For him, yeah.
He's gonna play Diddy.
He should have been working the door.
Specifically
at a
Chinese
Diddy party.
He's playing Chinese Diddy.
He should have been working the door at Chinese Diddy's party.
Oh, I remember the duck sauce on my ripple.
Nobody would have said a goddamn thing if Jonathan Majors is the one coming after you. It's terrifying.
That's insane. Though.
Truly. One of the Diddy things that came about was some woman they named Jane. I think it's like a Jane Doe thing.
Jane
They're not
Doe.
actually like naming her
Yeah.
or anything. But they said that he was like addicted to having sex with her.
How hot is she?
Well, her nickname for him is Crack Pipe because he's addicted to fucking her.
Jeez.
A little bit cuter a name you could have went with, honestly, if we're being real.
Honestly, though, I feel like that's gonna like change like pickup. Hey, bitch, you want to be my crack pipe?
Right.
Because I'm addicted to you, ho.
As races go, it could have been cuter.
Yeah,
Because black people,
Was she
obviously,
black?
are going to go crack pipe. Well,
Was
Diddy's
Jan-
black, and that's enough.
yeah, but he
But if
fucked
it were
everything.
white, if y'all were white and it would have been meth, then he would have called you Pookie. And that's just a pet name
I
as
prefer
is.
crack pipe.
Yeah.
I think it's a fine bitch.
How's my little Pookie?
I think as a fine bitch, I prefer getting called a crack pipe.
Yeah.
Than
Yeah.
Pookie?
Yeah.
I've been called Pookie before by this hot chick before.
He's calling you Bender.
Yeah, I don't. You know what? Call me Thunder, bitch. Call me Thunder because I'm gonna make it rain, bitch.
All right. Well, hey. Just seminal fluid over here.
Listen to when Sean Diddy Combs calls a girlfriend his crack pipe and creepy voice now played at trial.
And creepy
I
voice.
think it's funny that like how Diddy's character in Get Him to the Greek is somehow tamer than what we learned in real life.
But almost the exact same thing.
But it almost feels like if it was just what he did in Get Him to the Greek, and then you actually hear what he did in real life is actually worse.
Way worse.
He like in Get Him to the Greek.
But people are only giving Russell Brand the shit from that movie instead of Diddy. You know what I
Really?
mean? Yeah, Diddy just got a meme out of that movie. And
What did-
Russell Brand, they were like, oh, lo and behold, he actually abused women, Russell Brand.
Russell Brand's a rapist?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Hey, I want you to watch my shitty movie.
Oh, oi!
Oi, you ever seen Arthur?
You ever seen an unsheathed coccyx in your fucking throat? There, you fucking...
I dress like Jesus now.
Sometimes when you reach consciousness, at the same time you got a cock in your throat.
Fucking Russell Brand. What happened to that guy?
I mean, he was almost a shaman. He was almost a shaman.
You know what it feels like? It feels like he could have been what Jared Leto is today.
He could have been with Jared Leto.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey,
And
Jared.
they could have looked like the guys in like a gay sex video game where you pick the same character just in different
It's just a different
clothing.
skin.
Yeah.
I'm going to be Jared Leto now. I'm going to run a sex
Jared Leto's doing the voice too.
I'm going to run a sex coat.
Oi, I'm gonna come in your bum. You little fucker.
You ever know what I think is funny? It's like, 'cause speaking of I always think it's funny, like, whenever you hear about guys that prepare for the role of the Joker. Because you always do this thing where it's like, I'm going to become a rapist now. I'm just going to
Almost, right?
I'm just
They're
going to
like,
send you my used
I hung
condom.
out in a hotel lobby for too long.
Yeah.
As my preparation.
I just
for the
got
Joker.
high all day.
I almost 13 women.
Well, you know what? I'm surprised that they haven't made like, because in every Joker adaptation, it's just like, he's a psychopath, likes to rob banks and shit, right?
Right.
Or the last one, I guess he's like an anorexic, schizophrenic guy.
Yeah.
You know,
The
which by
lead
the-
singer of a punk band or something.
Which, by the way, I mean, I love Joaquin for that Joker adaptation, but
Oh, it was phenomenal.
but what bothers me
we
about
were lacking Batman.
Batman would have killed that Joker in one punch.
Yeah.
Like that guy looks like if wind happened,
Wasn't
he
it
would die.
wild that we had the best Joker and the best Batman, like back to back, and then they fucked it up with a musical? I believe Robert Pattinson's the best Batman.
Did you see the?
If we're gonna close the episode out like this, we're gonna close the
Did you
episode
see
out
Joker
like this.
too?
But no, fuck no.
I'll say this:
Okay.
it wasn't that bad.
Well, now we have to watch it.
It was
If Paul Ramirez says it's not that bad,
bad,
it can't be a piece of shit.
but it wasn't a piece of shit.
Huh.
It was boring.
I hope they keep him. I hope they keep him for Superman. Because they,
I want to see.
Superman don't look that
You
bad.
know what I think is. You know what? While we're on the topic of Juneteenth, you know what I thought was funny about the last Batman movie?
What's that?
I think it's racist they made Catwoman black.
Why is that? That's Lenny Kravitz's
Because all
daughter.
it does, that's the stereotype that all black people do is steal.
Smoke show, though, huh? She's hot as
She's
hell,
hot as
though.
fuck, but I mean, it doesn't add to that stereotype now, does it?
Only Lenny Kravitz's daughter could have the sex appeal of a thieving bitch. You know what I mean? Like,
I'll say this: she
Lenny Kravitz has the sex appeal still. Have
He's
you
the last
seen
rock
him
star.
recently?
He's the last rock star.
Truly, honestly.
Yeah.
And he's celibate.
What?
Yeah.
No.
He's years celibate.
He looks like he runs a sex cult.
We've covered this. Look at him.
He's not celibate.
Well, he's hugging on his daughter like he is.
Yeah, so is Trump.
You hope to God he's celibate. Nah, Lenny Kravitz never talked about fucking his daughter.
Yeah, we smooth it that he's a jazz man.
Right. He's a jazz man. A jazz man can be trusted.
He looks younger than his daughter.
Trump should start playing the alto sax.
You know, Trump actually, you know what's funny? After Trump got shot, he made
The last Catwoman was Halle Berry.
No, it wasn't.
How could... Who? Oh, Anne Hathaway.
Yeah,
huh?
and she was...
Yeah,
she
you
sucked.
ruined it. Yeah, you ruined it.
Me?
When you go from Halle Berry to Anne Hathaway?
I guess Catwoman was meant to be
Anne
black.
Hathaway-
'cause they do steal.
Oh, man, but they're hot, huh?
God, I love
Anne
those.
Hathaway was like, okay, look, she was hot.
She didn't do it well, though.
No.
Because you know why she didn't do it well? Because she has the vibes where after she steals something, she takes a selfie.
Uh-huh. Yeah. White woman defiance
Yeah.
does not triumph
She-
black woman rebellion.
She's the one
At
villain.
all.
She's the one villain to call herself a bad bitch.
Right. And she's never heard that before.
Yeah.
You know?
Whereas-
you got a flat ass in latex.
And then
what are
Michelle
you talking
Pfeiffer
about?
was just a
Michelle
cat-
Pfeiffer was the horniest Catwoman.
Yeah, but that's just
of all
Catwoman
time.
Gimp. And then you got
Hell
Halle Berry.
Yeah.
Which I don't...
Well, at least they matched the sex appeal.
Yeah,
and then they went to Anne Hathaway, and it was like, yeah, there's
Catwoman's
something-
supposed to be a fucking whore.
Truly, yes.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't like when they
She's
don't...
supposed to be a straight up diamond stealing
Skip
whore.
that one. That one's a kid.
That was a child.
That was
yeah.
a child. We're not
Well,
talking
nobody
about...
cares about the TV Batman.
That's Kitty
you
Woman.
know? Yeah, that's pussy woman.
That's pussy. Some young puss.
She's pussyfooting around.
And then we got Black Catwoman.
Yeah, Zoe Kravitz is not human. Zoe Kravitz is not fucking human.
Yeah.
She's been untouched by life.
You know what I think is funny about all the Batman, about
Yeah.
the Batman universe and
Uh-huh.
everything? The hero, his sidekick, and his villains are just a bunch of furries.
I mean, yeah, at this
Killer
point,
Croc, the Penguin,
Yeah.
Catwoman.
Well, when you're talking
Robin,
about the pinnacle, though,
Batman.
who played Robin, like nipple having Robin, and they had suits where they had nipples.
That was George Clooney's.
That was good Robin right there.
It was a good
that
Robin.
was good Robin. And then after that, we had no Robin. We had no Robin.
Sure.
We almost had Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
I didn't
Robin.
like that.
We were robbed of
Oh,
Joseph
we were robbed
Gordon-Levitt.
of Robin?
We were robbed of Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Joseph Gordon-Robin.
Joseph Gordon-Robin. That actually has a good ring to it.
That would have been phenomenal.
Joseph Gordon-Robin?
Yeah.
JGR.
It would have been something, huh?
JG.
JGR, baby.
You know what I realize? Everyone always talks about the nipples. Look at Robin's cock.
I mean, pristine.
I'm just saying.
Christine,
No one ever talks about the bulge on that
gonna get
kid.
into it, if we're really gonna get into it, look at the quads on the guy.
I'll say this. You know what?
Quads. He's got those shoulders on him.
That's
The
actually kinda
obliques.
scary.
He actually has a way better physique than Batman. And these suits.
And honestly, the Robin suit minus the nipples is actually kind of sick.
No, it really is. As long
Look
as
at
it
the
doesn't, as long as it doesn't end high up on the thigh.
You know what?
We're fine.
Since they're already adapting the human anatomy, at the veins in the dick.
Stop the shorts at the vein.
I'm just saying, at the veins, dude.
We
You
may
already-
as well just go skirt.
Look,
and call it a kill.
They're already adding wrinkles.
I mean, yeah, it's really. There's
the
almost
dick.
a head of penis.
They
on
just
there.
made him a Ken.
There's almost his head. The
Look,
head of his penis.
He's
on there.
hard.
Yeah,
What the fuck, Robin?
I like it.
I get so hard by
I get
fighting crime.
So fucking turned on by
Every-
pummeling these black pores. No, it's Gotham. All the pores are white in Gotham.
It'd be funny if Batman, instead of fighting the Joker, he just them.
Right. Wouldn't that be phenomenal?
His whole,
Say my name.
you know, I just realized.
Swear to me.
You ever think Bruce Wayne got like Me Too allegations?
Absolutely.
He has to get.
That needs to be in the next movie.
Or the
is the Me
comics.
Too allegations. And it has to be going on when Batman meets Superman. And he's
Yeah.
like, oh, you're Bruce Wayne. And there's rape
I know
allegations.
you're.
Right, exactly. And he's
What
like,
is this about?
I can smell your penis from a mile away. I'm a Kryptonian. I know you, in fact.
When they
those
put the
women.
dog in the next movie, he just goes up, starts sniffing Batman's dick.
Crypto finds his fucking sex diseases.
Crypto, stop smelling my dick.
Crypto smelt out some fucking chlamydia.
That would be funny. Like, just Crypto's just smelling Batman's dick.
Oh my god. Yeah, Kryptonian dogs only smell gonorrhea, sir. You those women.
You think Batman's ever had an STD?
Yes.
Like,
Absolutely.
Because Bruce Wayne.
He can't not tell women that he's Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever think, like, when he's having sex, right? With, like, not Catwoman, because Catwoman knows Batman's like
Like consensual.
just like a
sex.
random whore he meets. You ever think he's always just like,
Sure.
call me a
He's
bat?
a billionaire. He's hiring prostitutes.
But do you ever think he's just like, when you fuck me, call me a bat?
Yeah.
He's like, flap my arms, bitch.
Yeah. Just imagine I'm black. Imagine my whole body black. Except my chest on one part that's yellow.
You think he has like how Batman always has like specific suits for like different like
Yeah.
I think he has like a sex suit, like a Batcock suit.
The real thick condom. I could fuck for 4 hours in this thing.
This
They're
condom's-
I know.
This condoms is made of bat skin.
You're not gonna imagine though.
Baby condoms.
A bat skin condom probably caused COVID-19.
Batman, I heard you made me wear a mask.
You fuck my bowl of soup, Batman.
Joker, you gotta social distance, Joker. You gotta social distance.
Put your lip makeup around my cock. All right, guys. It's June 19th, huh? We've had fun. It's been a good time. I like it.
Happy Black Day.
Black Day. We didn't even really get
Why
into
isn't Black
anything.
Friday?
I don't know, dude. We didn't do any Google search in there at the beginning, and I think
love
it's
the blacks.
far too late to do. I think they hate being called blacks, though. He's a zany character. Though. How are you gonna be mad at this kid?
I love the Browns.
Yeah. Well, he's part of them. You know?
I don't know, man. I don't know, dude.
Paul Ramirez, everybody. Your English is phenomenal, by the way.
I know.
Yeah, it's really great.
And I'm Mexican.
Shout out Fox News, Hannity.
Hannity?
And my dad and his dad. Absolutely.
Shout out
Been
Hannity.
a phenomenal show.
Shout out our dads and shout out Pussy.
If you've made it all the way through the episode, go ahead and do us a service and do the liking of the video, subscribe to the page, comment, just a hey dad, anything at all. We've had fun. We hope you have had some too. Rest assured, next week we're going to be right back here. Kissing some titties, signing some babies, shaking some hands. Give it up for Paul Ramirez. Check out the tour dates that he's on.
And my podcast.
An honest conversation.
An honest conversation, an audio only podcast.
Miss me.